episode 6, our favorite Pixar movies. And I think I went first when we did our top 10 movies of all time. So you give me your top Pixar movie first.
Pixar. Dude, let me just ruin the podcast real quick and give a shout out to a random company that is not paying. You ever used Flickchart? I just used this to do top 10 movies with my daughter. And it just like it's like really fun website. It just randomly comes up with 2 movies like verses, and you get to pick which one you like more. That's and then cool. It like outputs your all time, and you just like keep going through random movies, and it's like so fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Flickchart.
Huh. I'm going first.
You're going first.
Can you guess?
Toy Story 3.
Nay.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy boy.
I'm gonna guess.
One guess.
The Incredibles.
Dude, absolutely not.
Okay. I don't know.
Incredibles I just watched recently.
All right.
That's how I felt. I don't know. It was just like, I bet it'll be on your list or something. So we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Toy Story. I don't know. Just the first one.
Toy Story 1. All right. I just watched that this week. Because we're going to go through them.
Well, then you probably have a better take than me. I haven't seen it in like a couple years.
I mean, it's great. It would be on like when we do our perfect movies.
That's what comes to mind for me. Like when I think of a perfect movie, Toy Story is like, it's like, wow, you guys totally nailed this. You know, this is random, not about movies, but there are some things. I think we had this conversation about other like media types. It's like in the category of this unique thing where like, man, I don't even know how to word this other than Super Mario 64 is like this, or like The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, like 2 video games where it's like, man, you had a totally brand new media format, and then you nailed the execution, not just of the new media type, where it's like, oh, because both those games were the first time that like a 3D Mario was taking place.
Sure.
But then it's like, you nailed every last aspect of it. And so same thing with Toy Story here, where it's like, oh, you guys are creating the first 3D animation, and maybe it's not the first, but it's full, major motion picture, 3D animation. And then you just killed it on every front, on narrative, on character, on, everything. Cinematography in that lighting, whatever. It's just like holds up completely. Like, how does it hold up? It should be terrible. You just expect that it should be terrible.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah, Toy Story is still fantastic. The story's great. We were laughing like we watched it as a family. The animation is horrible. It is just very dated. The humans are kind of like difficult to look at. I mean, there's good. I shouldn't say it's horrible because there's really.
I don't
cool
feel
stuff
that when
in
I
it.
watched it.
But I specifically think the people are just like, wow, they've really come along.
You feel like Uncanny Valley type of thing?
A little bit of that.
Because, I mean, people just look weird and modern.
I know, but they look stiff. Like now in the animation, there's just more texture to it and more like realistic motion that people have. Yeah. And it just feels a little video gamey.
Not a problem for me. I don't know.
It was fine. I enjoyed it just as much. But it is interesting to see because Bug's Life is a little bit that way too. It's really like plasticky in the way that they move and look.
That's one I haven't seen in forever.
Okay. But then by the time you get to Toy Story 2, they made like significant leaps in the texture of it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh.
Which even that movie requires more texture because it's a lot about like fixing the toys and the stuffing inside of them. It's not in my top 5, Toy Story 2, but it honestly...
All the Toy Stories are incredible.
I know.
It's so good.
We're watching it sometime this week, and it might...
you're going through them because of the new one coming out?
Yeah.
When is the new one like officially coming out?
3 weeks, maybe.
Oh. I don't know why that didn't compute for me.
Yeah, it's coming out very soon.
Oh, that's so exciting. Yeah. For some reason, I thought it was like Christmas or a long time from now. I don't know. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, hit me. Can I guess yours?
Yeah.
Coco.
Yes.
Got it. I actually wasn't sure. That's only going off of like you liking it so much. It's not like I remember you saying that it's your favorite Pixar or anything like that.
Well, yeah. You know how I didn't have any animation or animated films in my top 10?
Yeah.
And if I did have one, it would probably be The Prince of Egypt. Just because everything about it is fantastic. and the music, particularly because of the music, it's like it raises it above other movies to me. Yep. But man, Coco is just
Coco's incredible.
Phenomenal. Every moment of it, it's constantly tying into itself. It's constantly putting things in. They're going to pay off later, and they're going to pay off in big ways. It's in my mind, it's the smartest of all the Pixar movies. Like all the ways that it sets up for payoff in the end, is just it's like genius after genius decisions. But specifically, when "Remember Me" was a song written for his great grandma Coco, and he's hearing everybody play it at the talent show that he wants to be a part of, and then he goes into the land of the dead, and it's the most famous song there, being played the whole time. And then I feel bad if I'm spoiling it for anybody, because it's got such an incredible twist.
Don't listen if you haven't heard this. This is
and then at the end, when he goes in and plays it to her so that she remembers her dad who wrote it for her all these years ago. I cry every time.
It's like
I never don't.
It's one of the best like final payoffs, like emotional payoffs. Mm-hmm. What other movie has like an emotionally based twist like that, where it's like,
well, another one's on my list.
Okay, we'll get to it. Really, I can't. In my mind, I can't think of another one where it's like, oh, it's a twist and it matters so much for like the relationship
where the
dynamic.
Twist matters.
It's not. I don't know if it's a twist. It's like a reveal or like a It's like you weren't expecting, but they were leaving breadcrumbs the whole way. But it matters not just in a twisty way, but in like this really ties everything emotionally together, the relationships together. It solves the movie, and it's and that's actually one of the reasons. I mean, it's on my list, but it's my next one. So there you go. But I do feel like Coco. I mean, when I think of similar movie, as far as musical Hispanic oriented, Encanto.
Yeah.
But Coco kind of like exemplifies what I'm saying about Pixar, where it's just like, this is not. Coco's a really fun movie, but it's not as. It's emotionally, it's really heavy. It's just, and that's what Pixar is really trying to get you to like. They're trying to get you to cry, and it's working, and it's just like, I don't know. I feel a little bit. You know when like you feel a little manipulated by the movie, you're like,
and you don't feel that with Encanto.
You're plucking at my heartstrings. Encanto, I don't feel like you're trying to pluck at my heartstrings in a unique way. In a like, oh, like, I don't feel that. I feel like Encanto, I'm relating to the characters. Yeah, I don't know. I can't defend it. That's just what I feel. It's like
yeah. But beyond that, I think it's got the most beautiful animation. Like
it is incredible.
It's really creative. Just a movie that's kind of contemplating death and life too, and kind of the world that it sets out. I mean, a lot of people in different religious communities, I feel like we're really kind of negative toward it, especially like with kids trying to promote different religious ideas. Which obviously death and faith and the afterlife is a sensitive topic, and it is a meaningful topic. So it makes sense to me. But I think that regardless of what your faith is, there's so many good lessons, and there's a lot of value in the story, regardless of whether or not Dia de los Muertos is based in a real metaphysics or not. But I think the fact that it contemplates death and the world that it builds of like, you go there after you die, and then once everybody forgets you, then you go.
Then you're truly dead.
Then you're truly dead. Or he goes, nobody knows. Like when his friend plays the guitar and then dies, or he plays him the guitar, and then his friend goes to wherever. Which it's interesting that there are some issues that I would have maybe philosophically if you think deeply about messages that are in it that I would maybe find kind of problematic, like the overemphasis on your eternal value being determined by whether or not people remember you. It's like, okay, there's some problems there, but if you look at it from the lens of how did I affect my family? Like, did I love my family in such a way that they carry on my memory because I had a legacy that was left? Like, that's
what type of legacy? Because obviously the main villain in the movie, he's remembered by everyone worldwide, but then the way he went about it caused him to come into infamy,
and then he gets justice is had upon him.
So you could, I think what you're saying, the problematic part is problematic if you take half the message and you're just like, oh, then the only thing that's important is that you remembered. So then, but it's like, well, it's actually important. The type of legacy you leave is what the film is saying is important. And
if you get caught up in the metaphysics, it can get really like
it's not a problem for me. But
me neither. There's so much good there, and I also think have you watched it since you've had a daughter?
I think so. Okay. I don't know.
It just is like a pretty powerful thing watching him sing this song for his daughter and knowing like, oh, and you died and she grew up, like Coco grew up being like, my dad's gone, but like I still love him.
And then just seeing her with like, dementia and oh my gosh, that being that
I'm like gonna cry just
that I know, dude. And that being the thing powerful. that brings some lucidity to her for a moment because she remembers her dad.
And there's just the uplifting of music, like that's pretty central to the to the story. And I think music is beautiful and powerful and connects people over time. He wrote that song for his daughter, and this is something that Julia talks a lot about because she deals with a lot of older people with dementia, and even with both my grandparents having had Alzheimer's, but specifically my grandma. She could play piano late into her dementia, and she could sing like hymns up until the day that she died. I mean, if you started singing like Amazing Grace or whatever, these different songs that she had sung growing up or had sung throughout her life, and it's like you would start singing, and then similar to how Coco in that, like her finger starts to move in real life, it's not just a thing in the movie, like in real life music like can bring back memories, which is fascinating.
It's really cool.
Good
job, Coco.
Yeah, wow. That was, so before Coco came out, they had made Cars 3, Finding Dory, which I personally am really not a fan of, and The Good Dinosaur. And so it was like,
I never saw that one.
Okay, it's
I heard it wasn't good.
It didn't at the time because of how consistent Pixar was making almost perfect movies. It felt very like, oh, this is a big fail for The Good Dinosaur. And then Finding Dory was like, this is kind of a weird follow-up to Finding Nemo. And then Cars 3 is like universally like hated.
Oh, really?
I can't remember if it's hated more or less than Cars 2. Because I actually think I like Cars 3 more than Cars 2. But regardless, it was like, okay, now Coco is coming out. Like, here we go, Pixar. Are you going to do it? We saw it together. We definitely saw it together. And we were like floored.
Yeah.
And we walked out of that. I think that was the first time that you and I mentioned the term, like a perfect movie, in starting to think about what is a perfect movie. We were like, I think that's a perfect movie.
Really?
Maybe our definition has changed. Yeah. But I remember we had that conversation as we were walking out of the theater.
Interesting. That would not be in the type of movie that comes up to my mind now. So it's interesting. Yeah. But I do see that. I can see that.
Well, Tarantino was saying, we'll talk about this whenever we do a perfect movie podcast, if we do, but he had that, he was on Fallon at one point, or not Fallon, I think he was on Kimmel. I can't remember. Might have been on, I can't remember, but he was talking about things that were a perfect movie, and he was saying Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a perfect movie, and he listed a few other ones, and what he said in his mind is that a perfect movie is basically something that like there's nothing you can critique.
Yeah.
You can, and that's not the way that
Yes.
you and I talk about it. I feel like there's a little bit more of like a solid 3x structure to what we talk about. But the movies he listed as perfect movies after that, I think they did all follow a pretty conventional, like Back to the Future he listed. And I would say, like, I actually was talking to ChatGPT about like, what are some perfect movies? And I gave it like all these like
all the
parameters.
criteria that you,
and it had Back to the Future as number one, interestingly.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
yeah, I'll save my thoughts for that conversation.
yes. All right. So you had
mine was Coco as for number 2.
Yeah. What was your first one? Toy Story.
Toy Story was number 1.
Okay. And I had or what did I have?
You had Coco,
Coco was
and
my
then we
number
haven't
one.
talked about your second, which I'm going to guess for you.
Okay.
Toy Story 3.
That is right.
Got him.
Did you know that because I was just about to say it, or you just?
No,
guessed it?
I genuinely was like, I bet David's is Coco and Toy Story 3, and then I struggle after that, but I'll still have some guesses.
Yeah. I'm curious. You'll probably be better at guessing mine because I was already totally way off on yours. In fact, I said one that you were like you apparently really dislike. Yeah, Toy Story 3. We saw that together as well, and we saw it with multiple friends in college, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we did
because that was in 2010. Yeah, so that was our sophomore freshman year.
Interesting.
And our age, I would guess, was hit the hardest by it because we were Andy's age when the first Toy Story came out.
Oh, interesting.
And then we were Andy's age of like just going off to college right as Toy Story 3 came out. So we had like followed these characters and had the same relationship with them that Andy did at the time.
Huh.
Yeah. At least that mattered for me because it was also him like passing the toys on, whatever. It's an incredibly funny movie. The villain is phenomenal. Like this cuddly bear that seems good, and he's broken, and he's been actually in a lot of ways he's kind of similar to, well, I was going to say he's similar to the villain in Toy Story 2. But that's actually not true. Anyway, the fact that he's this cuddly bear that should have been loved but was thrown out, and so he doesn't believe in, trusting in your owner.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what makes the first 3 Toy Stories so powerful, is that the toys, specifically Woody in the first one, because he's the protagonist, is dealing with what does it mean to be the toy? What does it mean to be Andy's toy? And so Buzz comes in and he kind of changes the relationship that Woody has, but how does he learn to accept I'm Andy's toy, and the place that Andy has for me that's central to my identity. And so he loves Buzz too, or maybe my place isn't on the bed anymore, but I'm able to find satisfaction. And
yeah, but this is all very spiritual for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which is so interesting because I remember talking to you about this, and all of these have been like very having to do with your Christian faith. And the owner is like God, the toys are like us, and it's the type of thing that I would expect me to come like to
Sure.
feel so much because I'm like coming away from movies with like all these spiritual sermons in my head that are important for me, that it's like, where did you get that from?
Yeah.
But this movie, it's almost allegorical. You can take it that way. It's not that they were particularly trying to write it that way. But for a Christian or a person of faith who thinks there's a deity that cares about them and that's an important thing, it's like this. It lines up really well for that. And it's not that I've never thought about that. It's just I don't view, when I watch these movies, I don't think of them through that lens for some reason.
Yeah.
But it's the way that you really have.
Yeah. Well, and then Toy Story 3 goes into okay, him having Andy's name written on his foot is kind of a recurring image throughout.
Yeah.
So there's a lot about like identity and whose you are.
Yeah.
That's just
Really cool.
a big part of which automatically makes you, from a Christian standpoint, makes you think about, or just from a deist standpoint in general, makes you think about being a child of God.
Was there specific like verses of writing, like his name is written on you,
or your name is written on his heart?
Yeah.
Or so then in Toy Story 3, Woody is trying to convince everyone to trust Andy because they all think, oh, Andy just put us in the attic. He doesn't care about us anymore. But it was all a misunderstanding because his mom didn't know. And so Woody's like, we got to trust him. We got to trust him. We got to trust him.
Who, in a spiritual sense, who's the mom?
I don't know.
It's your mom in real life.
Yeah.
Don't trust her.
I don't trust mom. I do trust my mom.
As do I. Love you, Mom. And love you, Darla.
Yeah. And love you, Linda. Yeah. But it feels, I don't know, just very powerful to me for that reason. And at the end, it's justified that he had a plan for them, and he gives them to a new good shepherd, let's call her, in what's her name? Bonnie. Yeah. So I find all that to be really powerful. I think, and I haven't seen it in a long time, but I know that if I had just seen it, I would be able to speak even more to a lot of the allegory that happens in the third one specifically, because they all are like going down into the fire too, and they hold hands together, and then they're rescued from above, and there's all these really, really cool motifs.
It's so interesting. It's so interesting how many, especially kids' movies, both me and you are Christians. Our faith is extremely important to us. Mm-hmm. It's so interesting to me. My just assumption about almost everything made in Hollywood is not made by people of faith. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think that's a crazy assumption. Mm-hmm. But then I watch, there's so many kids' movies, like for me, Encanto and Toy Story. There's so many that have messages that really fit just like perfectly fit alongside a person of faith's, ideology. And I'm not trying to say that they are or are not doing that. It's just interesting to me how much you can, as a person of faith, you can draw from something like Toy Story and be like, this matters to my life of faith. And I just always am wondering, like, I wonder what the creators of Toy Story are thinking. If they're just like, oh, yeah, you just took it a weird way, it's fine. Yeah. Or if they're like, yeah, some of us believe this, and that when we were writing it, we were sure. I doubt that, but it is interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting because regardless of what the allegory can be taken as, there's things that are true of, like, Woody is dealing with what it means to be owned by Andy. Like, he is dealing with it. Like, because he's his toy. Yeah. His name's on his foot. He contemplates it a lot. What does it mean to be a toy? They just talk a lot about that in the first one too. And then he is objectively in the third one trying to get everyone to trust in Andy's, like, love for them. Yeah. Like, that just is part of what he's doing. So then you have to go, like, well, is there no? You have to think. You'd have to think of a different way of, like, okay, well, I'm trusting that there's my identity. It's almost like you actually have to think about it from the lens of the fourth one, which is one of the reasons you don't like it. Yeah. Because if you were not receiving the first three movies, if you're trying to think about it from a message perspective, and you're like, okay, well, this isn't about a religion, God, or anything like that, then what should somebody trust in? And then you look to the fourth movie and you're like, oh, you can trust in yourself, and you can trust in, you can move on from being owned by a child, Andy or Bonnie or whatever, and then you can become whatever you want to become. And I liked the fourth one. I thought because I wasn't looking at these movies as much from a spiritual perspective as you consistently were, and I just like the fourth one. Yeah. But it is interesting to force yourself to look at them and be like, well, if the third one's not, what really is it about? If I was trying to take something from it, I don't have to take something from everything, but some of these movies, they are like, you're telling us something. Mm-hmm. And what do you trust in? Just that things will be good? Mm-hmm. And that's okay. If it's like, no, just trust that things will work out. Keep trying. If you do what's good, like karma type thing. Yeah, karma, just keep getting up, and, eventually good will come. Eventually it'll be better, but it's just it is really interesting to be like, man, this really, really lines up with a faith-oriented viewing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's my second. Alrighty. Moving on. I'd say there's a pretty big
for me, there's a pretty big. I'm actually gonna actively switch mine. I did have Monsters, but I'm gonna go Toy Story 3 because we just talked about it, and I genuinely forget Toy Story 3 is so good.
Yeah.
So skipping.
It's so funny too. Like everything with Barbie and Ken.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah. I also love all the new characters that Toy Story has brought. Like when they added Jessie and Bullseye.
Yeah.
In the second one, they just seamlessly brought them into the fold, and you felt like they belonged just as much as any of the other characters.
Yep.
Which ironically is a lot of what the first one's about. Is a new toy coming into the house and how that changes the dynamics of the community.
Yep.
And they do that really well.
Yep.
Man, they're great.
They are really good. Since I teased my next one, or
real quick, since we were just talking a lot about Masters of the Universe and Mattel, I always think it's so funny with Toy Story being like, your first movie ingeniously was about the very thing you can sell.
Yeah, Disney. Well, Disney's been doing that since then. They're like, oh, what else can we sell? Cars.
Yeah,
make a movie called Cars.
Dude, Cars 1 is a really good movie. It's not in my top 5, but I really like it a lot.
I like Cars.
All right.
So
Toy Story 3 is
that's your second.
It's my second. Your third.
It's my third. So what's your? Should I guess your third now?
Sure.
I'm 2 for 2 on your first couple.
I think you'll get it. We'll see.
Up.
No, that's like mid for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's Inside Out.
Nice. I think I should have gotten that. I forgot.
Yeah, I thought
you did really like Inside Out. I thought you would
get it. Yeah, every time I watch Inside Out, I'm more in love with it.
Yeah?
Yeah, and for me, that's like a sign of a movie being like, this is really great. I mean, I think that it's really great.
It's a
the
really
emotional
good
payoff at the end.
Yeah.
I always cry at the end when she like goes back and
oh my gosh,
and is hugged by her parents.
Yeah,
and just watching her little like, I just care about kids. Like I love kids and I love my kids, and I my heart breaks for her being moved to this new place and having no friends. So it's like they already got me by the soul of watching this like girl be at a new school, and
this is like what I'm talking about, dude. I can't handle it.
I know.
It's like it's exactly like, all right, do I want to go watch Inside Out and just be in pain,
dude? But the stakes just keep getting higher and higher, and like her personality starts like falling apart and falling into the cliff, and like you're watching her get further and further away from being able to like
incredible. It's incredible. I don't want to think about it. It's too sad.
Yeah,
it really does exemplify what I genuinely feel about Pixar movies for some reason, which is like it's not on the level in one sense. You'll know what I'm trying to say, but in a different sense, it's like watching something like Schindler's List. It's like, oh, is that a great
you're
movie?
Just gonna leave going like,
yeah, it's like, do I want to just be, obviously Schindler's List is unbelievably
sad in a real
way. But yeah, there are movies where I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to get in and I'm going to have like 5 to 10, like so many different moments of, I'm holding back my tears. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so painful and sad I'm not wanting to, I'm not wanting to go do that a lot.
But when you first did it,
yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
And what if I watch it again? I'll love it too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like it.
Yes, it's just
it's like it's kind of like the same way that we talk about our top 10 movies. It's like for me, a big thing is how much do I want to see that movie again?
Yeah.
And for other people, it's like, oh, what I think is the greatest, and they'll, it's like
ironically for me, that's like kind of how like No Country is, of just like it's incredible, but I don't really want to watch it. I
want to watch it over and over.
I know. I don't want to like think that hard now.
That makes sense.
Type of thing.
Well, it's so much just suspense. Just move. Next scene. Yeah. It doesn't have that like emotional like, oh man.
Yeah. I think that Joy. Oh my gosh! I'm just thinking.
Is it Amy Poehler?
It's Amy Poehler, and she just is so engaging in the way that she speaks and moves, her energy. It just like keeps the film moving, and she's so like, everything's got to be happy, but she's like clearly not, like she doesn't have actual joy herself. It's just like a shallow emotion. And then at the end, when like her and sadness like touch the memory together, and they learn that there's like value in
Unbelievably
sadness and the
incredible.
joy that comes after it.
I probably need to like it more so I can become more in touch with my emotions. That's probably the problem here. It is so good.
It's in the upper echelon to me of movies where I watch it and I just go, how did you make that? Like, how did you do this? How did you think of this and bring me to this moment in this story? It's so smart. It's really smart. And I feel that a lot with Coco too. There's just things where it's like, this was, what a great, if I was writing a movie and I thought of this idea, I would fall out of my chair. I'd be so happy.
Yeah, I just don't feel that about Inside Out.
Really?
I
When it all
I
comes
don't feel that
together at the end and
particularly.
they're like flipping through the emotions, and Joy is realizing that she's been trying to like avoid sadness, and
No, not as much as what you're saying. There are other movies like Coco, like you said. There's a lot of things where I'm like, dude, how did you guys think of this?
Yeah.
Inside Out just feels, when I watch when I watch the movies, I'm like, why didn't everybody think of this? Each emotion is a character, and then you have to learn that all your emotions are good.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm not trying to like
But
belittle it.
it's not just that idea itself. It's the way that all of it comes about, building up to the moment.
Maybe I'd agree with you if I saw it more recently. I'm definitely not saying the movie is not great, but it does, to me, when I'm watching it, it is just like, yeah, they should have done this years ago. This is
okay.
genius. But
Well, if you were dumb like me, it was impressive.
yeah, I emailed them. I told them, hey, here's an idea for you.
You guys should start doing this.
I'll kick it to you guys. No, I just sound like a freaking arrogant douche, but there are other movies. Really, truly,
I'm not
like,
saying it's an ingenious idea to be like, let's make a movie where we personify each emotion.
yeah,
Obviously,
you're saying the
that's-
ending of
Yeah.
how it comes together.
The way that it builds throughout the whole movie and ending at that spot.
Yeah.
Really just the idea of you write a whole movie that gets to an end and actually hits on a catharsis that you've been building to.
Yeah, in both worlds. In the real world and then in her brain world. Yeah,
To
for
me,
sure.
is
That is
like
really, really impressive.
massively impressive. But
No, I
I
agree.
am simply plebeian. So
You'll get there
all right,
someday.
that's my number 3. Did you say your number 3?
I did.
Okay, so number 4.
No, I sorry. I said my 3 was Toy Story 3. Number 4 is Monsters.
Okay,
Monsters Inc.
I'll just say that that's my number 5. So
Okay, so we'll just go. Yeah. You start. I don't know.
yeah, Monsters Inc. is an interesting one. It's about a little girl again, and I care for the relationship that this guy has with this little girl, and she's in so much danger, and he's trying to save her. Ironically, she doesn't really understand for most of it that she's in danger until like toward the end. But this movie is definitely, I have a different feeling about it than I have for those other three movies, where it's like, this is a really fun idea, and you created a really interesting villain, and like the corporate like leader is
the lore, the whole world.
There's a great twist where you realize that he's actually the bad guy and it's not just Randall. Mike and Sully, the voice acting is really great.
It's a great buddy film.
It's a buddy
there's such
film.
a great dynamic for sure.
They're really funny together.
Why am I struggling with it's John Goodman, and then who does
it's the Harry Met Sally. What's
Billy
Crystal?
Billy
yeah.
Crystal?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Billy.
Yeah, they're awesome together. Such a good duo.
Yeah, they're both getting pretty old. They should do another Monsters Inc.
I loved the second one, the Monsters University. I really enjoyed that.
I was not as into it.
No, it's not.
But I liked it.
Yeah, I think I just had a lot of fun with it.
I was really wanting them at the time to stop making sequels.
Yeah.
Because they were at least doing such a good job with original stories.
Yeah.
Which this isn't on my list, but Elemental didn't do super well. But to me, it was it was almost like a meme of Pixar, because it was like, oh, we did all the emotions. Now we're doing all the elements. Like it felt like you're Pixar trying to be Pixar. But it still worked for me.
Yeah, Pixar does just kind of get to the point where they're just like, all right, what inanimate thing can we make talk?
Right. Yes.
And it personify it. And
cars. Yeah.
let's just do it. I liked Elemental a lot. I wouldn't say it stuck with me too much, but
I
did enjoy it.
It's another one that allegorically I think is very deep and meaningful. In a wide variety of ways, not just spiritual, just culturally, sociologically, but the spiritual aspect, and it's got like a strong redemption, resurrection arc, like self-sacrifice, the death, the resurrection of the one who like loved her despite her turning her back on him. I mean, and he's like the living water. I mean, it's really, really like, it's another one that makes me be like, was no one a Christian here? Like,
there's like an undercover Christian on all these movies that's like, they're just like kind of throwing out ideas to the screenwriters, like, oh, how about this one? How about this? Like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Anyway, there's some really cool moments in that, but Monsters Inc. is more. It just feels more fun. The music's really it's the jazz type stuff, and that's really enjoyable. It's really, really clever too. And a lot of Pixar movies are kind of clever, but the idea of all these monsters having these doors where they collect your screams is a really
it's a fun world that they built.
And it was really early in what fun, unique worlds can be built. And so I think for us, having watched it as kids before all the current movies have come out, felt really like, wow, this is definitely something new again.
Yeah.
Pixar did something new again.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very funny. Billy Crystal is
super funny.
Really, really funny in it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of great humor. So that was my number 4. That was your number 5. So what's your number 4?
Definitely not your number 5, but it's The Incredibles.
Yes.
Yes. I really love The Incredibles. I think it's hilarious. It's superheroes.
Have you seen it recently?
I've seen it. I mean, I have kids, so I've seen it at least every other year.
Okay.
For the last.
I only just saw it recently. And
okay.
I saw it with my nieces and nephews and my daughter.
Yeah.
And it was like really slow and very like adult oriented. Like it just seemed a lot more adult oriented.
Yeah.
And it also just had some themes and some things that I was like, ooh, I'm not sure. Okay, here's one of the reasons I probably felt that. My sisters and my sister and brother-in-law, their threshold for what they're probably willing to like have their kids watch is like a lot higher than mine.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, let's watch I was taking care of all the kids, and they're like, yeah, you can just have them watch a movie. And I was like, well, let's watch something. Let's watch The Incredibles. And then I think it was like there was like multiple themes in it. There's just like themes. They're like contemplating divorce almost, I think.
Well, it's more that she is afraid that he's having an affair.
Yeah, there's that.
And it's not just hinted at. It's like she specifically is like, I think he's having an affair. I'm going to go see what's going on. I'm mad.
But there's other things too. There's quite a few things in it that I was like, oh, there's even something about suicide. It seemed like.
Well,
I think it's even said.
Well, there's like where, at least there's a brief moment where you think that, or no, you never think it as the audience, but you're watching him listen to his wife and kids die, like when they're flying in the jet plane.
Oh, okay.
And he's like hung up by the thing, and he's like, no, because Helen Parr is Elastigirl is like, there's kids on board, and I'm getting like all emotional thinking of it. It's a really, really powerful moment, but it is like terrifying.
That's not what I'm thinking about.
Okay.
But anyway, it being more like adult oriented doesn't mean it's bad, but I just didn't enjoy it as much as I remembered enjoying it.
That's too bad. Yeah. I wonder if it was the
setting.
The setting,
yeah,
because it really is. It really is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, the emotion of when all that happens with the jet plane, and then they have to, like, as a family, she has to, as a mother, be like, okay, you guys go stay here. I'm going to save your dad. And then they have to decide to come and help. And
yeah. You just like superheroes.
I do like superheroes.
Actually, okay.
I don't think that's the only reason. I really like the story a lot. I love the voice actors too. Like, I really like, I forget the actor who is the voice of Mr. Incredible. He's the dad in Parenthood.
Oh yeah.
I forget his name.
Yeah.
But I think he does fantastic. I think is it Holly Hunter?
Mm-hmm.
Does Elastigirl. I think she's great. And it's fun. It's funny. Syndrome. Yeah,
it's a great movie. I actually admit I think I'm just off on this one. I think if I watched it again, like,
it would be hard to imagine you wouldn't be like, okay, yeah, that's really, really good.
Isn't Samuel L. Jackson Frozone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Anyway, that's my number 4, and then my number 5 is Monsters Inc. So what's your number 5?
Can you guess it?
I mean, I couldn't even. Let me see here. I'll go with Up.
Got it. Nice. Honestly, I think this is like an unfair ranking. I'm almost entirely ranking it based on the first opening, which is just unbelievably good. It's a great movie overall.
It is a great movie, and I actually need to watch it again because as I've gotten older and I've heard people talk about it, I've seen things about it over time, and it feels like there's a lot there. Specifically, there's like strong allegory to not allegory. There's tons of symbolism as far as grief and how it weighs you down or lifts you up, and what letting go of grief means.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Like, and I just, when I was young and saw it, I wasn't going to gather all of that, and I haven't seen it in a long time. So
and it's just like it's cute with the old man relationship with the son who doesn't have a father figure, and the dog's funny, and it's all fun, but I'm just weighing it more heavily because I just saw it, and it's like it's really impressive. It's just really impressive. I think if I was more fair, I'd be like, no, it's not my 5th favorite. I'd probably go with something else, but
I feel like why?
Well, like we talked about, like, in terms, usually I'm kind of going based on like, oh, what do I want to go see again? It's like, I don't really want to see Up again very often.
Oh, sure.
It's like, it's kind of like when you have like make a list and you have like criteria that you're judging it all again, and then you just see one, you're like, I just want that one in there.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't really know why. I just want it. Yeah. I want to talk about it, or I just want it in there. Yeah. You just throw it in. It's like, well, this is my favorite list. It's not, I don't need to prove it. Like, I'm not saying it's the best. I'm just saying, but so that's kind of what I'm doing there.
Nice. It's a good top 5.
Really good music. Is it Michael Giacchino?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's really, really good music.
It is fantastic. Speaking of which, I have not thought about this movie much. I haven't shown this movie to my kids because I forget about it. But I think that this is totally nothing to do with Pixar, but it does have to do with Michael Giacchino. I think that the Star Trek movie with Chris Pine is
super good.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Like I
really
loved it growing up, and I've seen it many times too. So it's not just I liked it when I saw it, but I haven't even thought about watching it with them. And I got excited the other day. I'm like, that's another movie. Because I think of there's so many movies from the 2000s that are going to be so fun for my kids to see. Like, I already showed them Lord of the Rings, going through like the Pirates movies, especially like Curse of the Black Pearl is going to be fun. The Matrix, I know Matrix is 99, but like still just going through those. And then the Star Trek movies were really, really good. Yeah, fun. I think that was 2009 actually, but still.
Yeah, that's what got J.J. Abrams his Star Wars deal, right?
Yeah.
Because it was before Star Wars.
And he did Into Darkness too, which is the second one, which I didn't love, but I thought it was pretty good.
Did they do 3?
They did 3, but he didn't do the third one.
I never saw the third one.
It's fun, but it's notably worse than the other.
Yeah, it is. The first one's really good.
The music is really, really good in those too.
Yeah.
And that opening scene, I thought of it. I think it came to mind because we were talking about what are some of the greatest opening scenes of all time.
Oh yeah,
and the opening to Star Trek is really fantastic.
It is, yeah.
I had a teacher in college who would show that as an example of like elite sound design because of the way that sounds are used throughout it, and like someone gets thrown into space and like all the sound cuts out and then it goes back inside with the beeping, like the alarms, and it's really, really really well done. But the emotion that builds up to, and that like brought Chris Hemsworth kind of into the
Oh, really?
the light,
Oh,
because he plays Captain Kirk's dad.
yeah.
And he's the one who drives it.
I didn't know that was like a early role for him.
I don't know if it was an early role, but it was definitely before any of his, like, it was before all the Thor movies
Oh, really?
and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Just all blends together for me. All this.
I know.
If you could have said that, Star Trek came out in like 2018. If I thought about it, I would know that that's not true. But if you would have said it in passing, I was like, oh yeah, sometimes 2018.
Yeah.
2 years ago. I would have known that. But it's like, honestly, it's like all these, like you're saying, what came out, what did we just talk about came out in college? Toy Story 3. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah.
Did you think that was more recent or older?
More recent. I don't know, to think of that as more than 16 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Well, yeah. And then they did 20.
When I think about it, it's all obvious. But when just on first feeling, it's like, Toy Story 3, it was like 6 years ago.
Toy
Not
Story
16.
4 was 7 years ago.
Yeah. Wild.
I wonder if Keanu Reeves will be in it again.
Oh, wasn't he the stuntman? The like Evel Knievel toy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, that was funny. All right, any other Pixar movies that you feel like we must talk about, even though they didn't make your list?
Oh.
The one I was going to say, and I used to say that this was my favorite, it's changed, is Ratatouille. Because I love food. I love the idea of being a chef. Like, because I love Top Chef, I love Master Chef, I love all the shows, I love Chopped. I just enjoy that whole world a lot. And I think that... I feel like I have a pretty strong appreciation for art across a lot of mediums. And because I already enjoy food, the idea of doing art within that world feels really cool and special. And also all the like food is essential for life. And, there's another part of me that's like, that's such a first world thing to even do. Like to be a chef is just like, all right, we've got all this like money, so let's think about the best way to make the food instead of all these people in the world who are starving with no food. But you could say that about almost any type of art.
Sure.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah, I have not thought about that from that perspective at all. I saw Ratatouille maybe, I feel like once. It might be twice, but
yeah,
I don't have a huge memory of it, so I can't speak to it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Its reference in Everything Everywhere All at Once is hilarious.
Oh yeah, so funny.
The raccoons.
Oh my gosh, absolutely hilarious. The only thing that I would say, I don't think I have any other ones. I know WALL-E gets a ton of acclaim.
Oh, WALL-E's so impressive.
WALL-E's impressive. I don't know why I'm not super big fan. I wouldn't just.
I'm not a big fan because it doesn't get me emotionally that much.
Okay.
I just am impressed with it to be able to tell a story with basically no dialogue until like late in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I really liked Elio. We talked about that a little bit. I can't, I have to go see it again to get more into it. I could see seeing it again and being like, oh, this is one of my, like maybe top 10 or something. I don't know. I liked it a lot. This is not Pixar. I just don't know when, if ever, we will come to talk about it. Maybe it's DreamWorks, but that most recent movie about the robot,
The Wild Robot?
Wild Robot, so good.
Okay.
Did you like it?
I didn't love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was fantastic.
Did that have the goose in it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
it was the main character, right?
Training the goose to fly.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I don't know.
like remember what happened very well.
I wouldn't say that it's like an all-time great or anything. It's just a recent movie that I really didn't expect to enjoy, and I like really, really liked it a lot.
It had good music in it.
Yeah.
I remember that. But
yeah. No other thoughts.
Yeah.
Sign me off.
All right, bummer that we don't get to talk about Encanto today since it's not Pixar, but
we'll get to it.
Yeah, one of these times.
We'll get there.
It's the only way I'll be able to get you to do a blind ranking. Blind rank Encanto moments. Encanto.
We should do an Encanto podcast. Like that's the whole theme of the whole podcast.
I would do that.
No.
Oh,
No, we
not the episode. The full.
Yeah, we do like
channel.
100.
Like how people
episodes.
have Star Wars
Yeah.
like channels.
Yeah, we
Just
do like full Encanto podcast. We get really deep into scenes.
Yeah,
Full podcast
every
about
episode
one
is
scene.
There's a podcast
Yeah.
for each song.
Yeah, that's what we
Each
need to
character.
do. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Nice. Top 5 Pixar. That was fun.
That was.